to Progressive Talk Live, Religious Bullshit Wednesdays, Prog Talk. For those of you who don't know, we do a little religious bullshit show every Wednesday thanks to our generous donations on Patreon. So, haven't done it the last 3 weeks. Flaked like a motherfucker. That's how I do. I'm flaky as shit sometimes, but I'm back tonight, and we have a decent show. We're going to do about an hour. That's about all the material I have, about an hour's worth, but, should be a pretty solid hour. So how's everybody doing out there? Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in to see me tonight. So let's see what the fuck you have to say in the chat. Gotta put my glasses on. Yeah. TJ dropped a cringy video. That's no shocker. What was it about? How about a Mr. Penguin to start the show? Mr. Penguin. Kitty therapy. Let me get some kitty therapy in. Mr. Penguin. Let me get some kitty therapy in, Mr. Penguin. Gotta get my kitty therapy in to start the show. This is Mr. Penguin. Guess why he's named that? Bet you can't guess. Yeah, you can. Love you. Love me some, Mr. Penguin. Show him how pretty you are, Mr. Penguin. You so pretty. Yeah, pretty boy. He's a pretty one, yeah. So, as always, let's start out with some e-begging. If you like the show, please consider supporting me on patreon.com. Patreon.com/Codcast. There is a link in the description of this video to my Patreon, so if you guys want to support me, $1 a month, whatever you can afford, it all adds up. Most of the money goes to the Human Society Mississippi Animal Sanctuary, where we rescue cute little dogs and cats that are about to be euthanized and give them forever homes. We lost about 10 patrons today, because that's what happens at the first of the month. People's credit cards get declined or whatever. It happens. So if you guys would help me fill in the gap, really would appreciate it. Patreon.com/Codcast. And as always, Super Chats! That's really the lifeblood of the show. No question dodged, every question answered. Super Chats! Little dollar sign down there. The bottom of the chat, you click it. I've never done a Super Chat, but I assume you have to put in credit card information or PayPal. I don't know how the fuck it works. But it works, because people are doing it. And you tip me, and I'll read your Super Chat messages throughout the show. You can ask me anything. I don't dodge any of the questions, and works out well. Just appreciate it. Spanky Weasel, $5. Rock on, Dusty. Bakatana, a little something, something. I will. She's been actually eating really good, folks. I think she's on the road to recovery. She's been fucking chomping away at some dry food, which was unheard of until just recently. So she's going to put the fat back on, hopefully, and make it. Really appreciate you guys supporting me and helping me to take her to the vet. Vicky Westerhaven, $19.99. That is very generous, Vicky. Appreciate that. You're amazing. Sing all you want, friend. I appreciate it. We were talking earlier during the pre-show. I do a 10-minute pre-show before I do the YouTube show on Facebook and Twitch. And talk about everybody complaining about my singing. But more people are telling me I should keep doing it instead of telling me it's cringy. It'll grow on you. Trust me, it'll fucking grow on you. My sing-song style, I just got to do it the way I got to do it. Like, if it makes people not want to watch the show, then I'm already popular enough, to be honest with you. I'm fine. I don't need lots of popularity. I just got to do the show the way I feel like it's the funnest way to do it. So, I know the cat agrees with me. They're going to sing along. They're going to serenade right along with me. Thank you, Vicky. Appreciate that. Miss you guys in Colorado. Vicky's my buddy from Colorado. Solus 8. What's up, Solus 8? Couple of bucks for the best show on the internet. Rock on, Dusty. I appreciate your honesty. This is the greatest show. Says handsome homo Dusty Smith, and you rock, Solus 8. Love you. Breaking Bad on my $4.99. I really needed this today. It's been a rough one. Have a good show, Dusty. I will have a good show. We're going to talk about some Paris Jackson's new movie coming out. Michael Jackson's daughter, supposedly. I mean, I guess it is his daughter, whether they're biologically connected or not. We're going to talk about that. So appreciate that, Breaking Bad. Micah Savage, $4.99. Take my fucking money. I will. I'll take your money. I'm taking it so hard and good. Ooh, I love that money. Which one of your videos, in your opinion, aged the worst? Oh, my God. Now say something hot to me, Daddy. Love you, Dusty. Oh, my God. I'm going to take the shit out of your money. You ain't never seen somebody take this money so good. Worst aged video. The one where I called myself the N-word 30 times is pretty bad. The one where I said I didn't think the alt-right was racist. Yeah, that one did not age well. Shit. The one where I blamed Black Lives Matters for a black guy shooting a bunch of cops. That one didn't age well. Man, there's just so many of them. But probably my first one also didn't age well. Faith is retarded, where I used people with Down syndrome to mock Christians, like literal pictures. That was still up. I probably should take that down, to be honest with you. But anyway, appreciate the money. LTC Trino, $9.99 drinking game. Take a shot every time Dusty says name and shame. Name and shame. We don't really name and shame too much on the Wednesday show, though. Guess I should start screaming that. But, yep, on the regular show, you'll die of alcohol poisoning, so don't do that. This one's for the kiddies. Love you, Dusty. I've been watching you since before you moved to Denver. I'm old. Thank you. Love you, LTC Cherno. You rock. Serenity Rose. What's up, Serenity Rose? £5 to make Katana into Fat Tana. We working on it. Definitely buying her lots of treats and foods. And, like, every time she lays on my chest all day long, so we're just constantly feeding her over and over and over again. So we're going to fatten her up. Appreciate that. I will keep up the good work. Cuddle the furries for me. I will cuddle them for you. Appreciate that. Why is the live chat over here not working? Stupid YouTube. And I got $20 from 2042. That is also very generous. Thank you, 2042. Love you, Dusty. I love you, 2042. I also have a dream of having a cat sanctuary. Thank you for everything you do. Yep, that was my dream in Denver. Like, when I was in Denver, I was a shitty person, to be honest with you. I was just drunk every fucking day. I was drunk and on drugs or both or all of it, just acting like a fucking asshole all the time. And I was like, man, you got to turn your life around, dude. Do something good. So I was like, what can you do? Like, how about I start an animal sanctuary? That would be pretty cool. So I did it. I fucking did it. Live my dream, and I sure appreciate that. People like you, 2042, made it possible, and you are the real heroes of all this. So love you and appreciate it. Dusty does not dodge any questions. I try not to. Like, sometimes I accidentally miss something. But AIU got banned. I saw that. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. AIU, racist as fuck. Holy shit, that dude's racist. But, of course, he doesn't think he's racist. That's the thing. So if you don't think you're racist, you're not racist. That's how it works, folks. He's always the first one to say, I ain't racist, I just get it. I just specifically point out every bad thing black people do continuously in order to shit on them and don't hold whites to the same account. That's not racism. Oh, yeah, it is, you fuck. Zombie gang samurai, or gangsta samurai, once had a white woman tell me it was dark outside by saying it was black as N-word night. Really casually, like it was no big deal. You ever hear that? Yes. My grandma used to talk about her black friends and used to call them, she would say, man, he's a good N-word. Or she would say, R-E-R, he's a good N-word. Like it was a compliment. Why ain't you saying that to his face if it's a compliment, Grandma? Racist ass Grandma, what you gonna do? You were so cool, Dustin. No, I'm not. I'm a dork. You don't know me in real life, but I appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and start out the show. Got a pretty good one tonight. Then I hit about 25 topics. We're only going to do about an hour tonight because that's all the material I have. So we'll see how it goes. First off, you guys like cockfighting? No, of course you don't, because you're empathetic human beings who don't like to see animals suffer. But this motherfucker gonna pretend like it's part of his religious freedom. Christian pastor, Louisiana's cockfighting ban violates my religious freedom. Of course it does. Absolutely. This is 100% true. How will we know when religious freedom laws go too far? Maybe when a guy whose cockfighting ring is shut down by the state authorities claims he has a religious right to let roosters fight each other to the death or close to it. That's what Reverend Lloyd Plumbar found, founder of Holy Fight Ministries, is doing in Louisiana. Obviously, this motherfucker doesn't give a shit about religious freedoms. He's just trying to run a cockfighting ring because he's a cruel asshole. And he's like, well, they're going to shut me down, obviously, because it's animal cruelty. Well, what if I claim it's religious freedom? It's part of my church. Then they can't shut me down because America. But no, shut that motherfucker down. According to a new lawsuit, Plumbar claims he was driving to one of his weekly services on April 29th when officers from Livingston Parish Sheriff's Offices arrested him on several counts of the misdemeanor charge of cockfighting. Good. Put him under the jail. But because Plumbar believes in Genesis 1:26, where God says man has dominion over the fowl of the air, oh amazing, he says this is a violation of his religious liberty. Holy Fight Ministries and its congregation hold the sincerest religious belief that cockfighting represents that while they strive for Christ, they have a necessary symbolic physical manifestation and epiphany through the fighting of cock. What the fuck? Just word salad nonsense. You know this ain't got nothing to do with Jesus, you stupid goddamn son of a fucking bitch. A religious mandate of the struggle between good and evil. A struggle for life and death. For the salvation of the soul. And thus cockfighting is an integral and essential part of their religious faith. Horseshit. Horseshit. Like, put this guy in there with some kind of MMA fighter who was put in prison. And then say, hey, this MMA fighter has a religious right to beat the shit out of you. It's part of his religion. Human cockfighting, that's what I want to see for this guy. So, bullshit. Yeah, absolutely bullshit. So, hopefully they'll arrest that guy and keep him in jail for a long time. We see through that, but who knows? It's America. Maybe he'll get away with that. I'm going to have to start a church of marijuana. It's my religious freedom to grow marijuana. Hey, cocaine! Cocaine, part of my religious freedom. Yeah, I should get away with it. But I won't, because I'm an atheist. Next up. Oh my God, folks. These sons of bitches are so evil. It's just amazing that they can say this in public. They put this video on the internet. That's how evil they are. And they don't see anything wrong with publicly admitting this. They're straight out saying in this video that homosexuality is way worse than slavery. Like, oh my fucking God, let me play this before I get too mad, and then we'll shit on my lot. A whole lot. Right Wing Watch. Right Wing Watch puts out a lot of good stuff. It's Right Wing Watch.
For me, the Bible is clear that slavery is an unfortunate event, but so are bad kings and wars and famines, and that it's not something to lose your mind over.
Oh my God.
Right. Well, that's true, and people find themselves in, look.
I gotta stop it. It's all fucking ready. Not want to lose your mind over. They took people's lives away from them. They put them in chains. They beat them. They raped them. They tortured them. They literally stole their entire lives. It's not something to get worked up over. It's no big deal, Liz. It's just fucking white supremacists in your goddamn face. Just Christianity is so fucking evil.
My father was very severely mentally ill. My family was destroyed by his behavior. Now, I could spend the rest of my life sitting in a chair and crying about what a terrible, lot I got in life, but I didn't, and I overcame my adversities, and I've forgiven my father.
Do you see Italians today suffering from the discrimination on the war on mafia?
Yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it, folks? Hundreds of years of oppression, slavery, Jim Crow laws, redlining, all of it. Yeah. It's the same thing the Italians face, and the Italians ain't complaining about it. Hell, they survive being called mobsters. It's the same thing as saying the N-word, yo.
Or for having been slaves in the South, right?
Yes.
The Italians were brought in as slaves, too, in significant for a while.
So there is a perspective in all of this. And the other thing I wanted to bring up is that from a biblical point of view, there are things much worse. For example, which is worse biblically, polygamy or witchcraft? Witchcraft by far.
By far, yeah.
All right.
Polygamy is actually accommodated in the Mosaic law.
Exactly. Now I'm going to hit a nerve with this one. Which is worse, slavery or homosexuality?
Homosexuality by far.
By far.
I mean,
I think that's something we need to herald that. I mean, come on, guys. Our priorities are all mixed up.
Yeah, you got that fucking right. Your priorities are all mixed up. Yeah, putting your dingling in a guy's booty hole is worse than enslaving him. Put him in chains, rape him, beat him every day, make him work for free, but don't fuck him in the ass. I mean, good fucking Lord. How could this be real, folks? How could these... And the thing is, these people make more money than I do. They probably make more money than you do. It's just fucking as evil as it can goddamn get with these motherfuckers. Holy shit. So let's name and shame. Take a drink. This is Scott Lively, one of the inspirations behind Uganda's infamous Kill the Gays bill. So somebody who should have no platform anywhere in the goddamn world. He made the comment on Sunday during his Breaking News Bible study program with co-host Pastor Richard May. So it's Scott Lively and Richard May. I don't know exactly how we can name and shame them, because they seem like they work for themselves, so we can't rattle them to their bosses or whatnot. But I don't know, gotta find some way. It doesn't seem like shame really works on them. These people are too far gone. They're beyond shame. They literally, clearly, if you say homosexuality is way worse than slavery, you don't have the ability to feel shame, especially if you were the one who puts that video out there. So anyway, if anybody has any ideas on how to name and shame these fucks, let's burn them to the fucking ground, in my opinion. Fuck everything about this goddamn bullshit. And next up, Paris Jackson has a new movie coming out. You guys know who Paris Jackson is? She's supposed to be Michael Jackson's, like, biological daughter, but I call bullshit. Like, this girl ain't, like, just saying, like, you guys think this is his biological daughter? I mean, I grew up with Michael Jackson, like the original Michael Jackson when he was a kid. He got kind of a flat, wide nose, and he was pretty dark. And this is a pretty blue-eyed white girl. Don't think that's his actual daughter. Not that it matters. I mean, you can adopt anybody you want to, and I mean, she sees him as her dad, and I'm sure that Michael Jackson saw her the same way. So I'm just saying, though, I have doubts whether biologically this is actually his daughter. But anyway, she's come out with a new movie called Habit, where she playing lesbian Jesus. Paris Jackson and Bella Thorne's new movie, Habit, is causing quite the stir. Michael Jackson's daughter plays Jesus in the upcoming flick, and the new petition seeks to prevent distribution of the blasphemous Hollywood film. Of course, Christians are all mad about it, which is the entire point. Like, this movie's going to suck, folks. No doubt about it. This movie's going to be trash, but they're just making it because controversy sells. Then all the Christians are going to get their panties in a bunch and boycott it, which is going to give them free publicity, which is exactly what's happening right now, in fact. So I guess it's smart from a PR standpoint. A Change.org petition claims Habit depicts Jesus as a lesbian. The film Habit stars Paris Jackson, who plays the role of lesbian Jesus. Distributors haven't picked it up as of yet. So let's please spread awareness. Yeah, you're going to help them pick it up. Spread awareness so that a distributor will pick it up. That's exactly what's going to happen. So let's please spread awareness and wake people up to the Christianophobic garbage that is spread nowadays, but is somehow accepted and praised by society. I'm an atheist, and I'm not going to praise it. I mean, I'm okay with them triggering you over it, but the movie looks like straight-up trash to me. As of Wednesday morning, over 270,000 people have signed it. Good for you. It's not the first petition launched against Habit. 1 million moms, who's like literally 10 women on Twitter, demands the film not be released due to Jackson playing a gender-bending Jesus Christ. She will portray the religious figure wearing a traditional robe, tasseled hair, including a single accent braid, and a nose ring. The petition reads, "Oh no! This sacrilege movie Habit mocks Christianity and ridicules people of the faith." Good. You guys should be ridiculed. You're awful. Motherfuckers are literally going around saying that homosexuality is worse than slavery. You evil fucks. So apparently 171,000 people signed that one. So anyway, yeah, this movie looks like straight up trash. Looks like it's modern day. I guess this woman hides out in a monastery as a nun after a drug deal goes bad, and then she meets lesbian Jesus. And I can only assume they eat carpet or something. I don't know. Whatever lesbians do. According to South Park, they scissor. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't see how that... I mean, that doesn't even seem like that would work very well. How does that even feel good? Just use your tongue or your fingers or some shit, right? I don't know, but probably Jesus has magical lesbian power, so he's probably the best at scissoring ever. In my opinion, that's probably true. So anyway, I'm probably do a review of this movie when it comes out, just because that's my job, but otherwise I wouldn't watch it, so... Love to see the Christians get upset over this stupid bullshit, right? It's at least a little bit amusing, and since we have plenty of time on a night show, let's stop and check the chats, what you guys gotta say in the Chatty Chat chats. Paris is gorgeous, though. Nice looking girl. Can't lie about that. She's Mick white as fuck. I know, right? Super duper white. I do not think she shares any genetics with Michael Jackson, but maybe she does. I don't know. Genetics is a weird ass thing. The Ten Commandments has 3 commandments specifically to tell people how to worship God correctly, but nothing about the greatest engine of cruelty in human history. Must have slipped his mind. Yeah, nothing about rape. I think I would have put rape in there before don't say my name with a shitty attitude. I think that's a Louis C.K. bit. Make very weak money, FYI, so yes, they are. Let's see. Cult of Dusty, I have an idea. Let's all convert to paganism for a day to trigger the Christians. I'm going to become a witch, because that's real. And I'm going to do some witchcraft ceremonies. Be afraid, Christians, because Harry Potter is true. Jesus may not be white, but he's a man. I guess. I mean, if he existed. I'm not even really sure that historically Jesus actually exists or not. But if he did, I guess he's probably a man. Crazy, crazy ass man. My penis looked just like a white Jesus when I didn't have time to shave it. Yep, that happens. Gets all bushy. It's a jungle down there. Can I be Jesus? Sure. Anybody can be Jesus as far as I know. Dusty, you ever thought of doing a video with TJ? I was going to have TJ on the show, but, you know, he went on Volsh's show, and he talked about, he admitted, basically, that he fed into the alt-right pipeline for a while to make money and to get fame, and he kept playing into it over and over again, even though he knew it was wrong for much longer than he should have. And so I was going to have him on my show to talk about it, but he said he was going to make a video where he went through his old videos and he played footage showing why he believes he is now wrong, showing stuff he did in the past, like I've done, where he regrets, and he believes he fed into the alt-right pipeline too long. And so I was waiting for him to actually put that video out so we could discuss it, because that's what I wanted to discuss with him about, and he never put it out. As far as I know, he's never put it out, so I guess he's not going to do it now. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Might have him on sometime. He go pretend like he hates me. I love when TJ pretends like he hates me. Fucking TJ loves me, goddammit. I think you protest too much, TJ. Oh, shit. Getting angry. Michael Jackson had vertigo. He also had vitiligo. Is that what you mean? Vitiligo is where he had spots of white. But the thing is vitiligo usually doesn't like turn your whole body white. Usually it's in splotches. So it looks like he lightened his skin to match the splotches. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, he could have darkened the splotches, but it said he lightened his whole skin to match. So, yeah, not vitiligo, not vertigo. He might have had both, as far as I know. I don't know his life. Thanks for responding. Love you. I love you back. TJ reviews some videos of his during his streams. Okay, did he? I didn't see that. I thought he was going to make like a short video where, you know, a concise video that people would actually watch about it. But if he reviewed some videos on his during his stream where he talked about how he regrets stuff, I didn't see that. Somebody should send that to me. TJ is slow putting shit out these days. I don't blame him. He did it in his live stream. Okay, I didn't see that. I've seen a couple of his live stream, but I never saw him do that. So I thought he was going to make an actual regular video instead of just a live stream about it, because that will make more people watch it, which is probably what he should do. But somebody should send me like the timestamps of it where he talks about that shit. I even asked him about it, and he didn't say anything about doing it in his live stream, so fuck, I don't know. Just left modern day debate for you. I watched the Vosh Destiny versus the Nazi Chuds debate, and I don't know, like, I don't, just, it's not my thing, just that format of debating. It just seems like both sides are talking past each other, and even though Destiny and Vosh clearly won, it's amazing. I was reading the chats, how many people saying that they were losing, and they were stupid. So it's just kind of depressing to watch. I don't know. I have a problem like helping Nazis, because all it does is kind of help them when you platform them like that. So I don't know. But your stream got unlisted, Dusty. It did? What do you mean it got unlisted? Why the fuck would my stream get unlisted? Let me see. Let me go to my Gmail and see if they sent me any messages about it. I don't see any messages about it. You sure? Let me find out. Let me go to my YouTube studio and see. I don't believe. Let's see. Videos. Live. Let's see. No, it's public. It says it's public. Maybe they're not sending it out to anybody, but it says it's public, so that's good. All right, let's check the super chats. What you guys got to say in the super chats? Zombie Gangster, read that one already. The Funk Lord. Oh, yeah, the Funk Lord. New fan, love your stuff. Keep on singing. I will, Funk Lord. I appreciate that. I got the funk down in my soul. Victoria Cunningham, $5. Love you, Dusty. I love you, Victoria Cunningham. Here are some fuzzy monies. Hugs and kisses from my fuzzy sweet pea, Spencer Zoe, Stephen Jack. Is it Spencer Zoe or Spencer and Zoe? But give them hugs for me. Thank you very much, Vicky. Breaking Bat. $1.99. Unfortunate event. What the fuck? Oh, you're talking about slavery? Yeah, just an unfortunate event. No big deal, though. It's like stumping your toe, enslaving somebody for life and raping them and stealing their kids from them. Hey, yeah, what's the big deal, really? It's in the Bible, can't be that bad. Sky Chest gonna be $19.99. Very generous, Sky Chest. Really appreciate that. You are amazing. Zombie Gangsta Samurai, $4.99. There's nothing more insulting than a bunch of old Caucasian Christians discrediting the black stroke. I know, it's so easy for them to say, right? What's the big deal about slavery? Hey, just get over it, black folks. It doesn't still affect you today, even though, yeah, it does. Yes, it does. It causes reverberations through history, you know. Time causes ripples. The things that happen in the past affect the present. That's one thing I was arguing with AIU about. He's always like, yeah, we live in the modern day, though. We live in the modern day. The shit that happened in the past doesn't affect you. Yes, it does. What are you talking about? Everything that happened in the past affects us in the modern day. When you shit on a certain group of people for 200 years, generation after generation, it causes a snowball effect that builds up and rolls downhill and gains momentum where it hugely affects the people that are living today. What the fuck are you even talking about, moron? Lawrence Brown, $10. I can finally afford to donate. So I am. Keep doing what you do, Dusty. I will. You're amazing, Lawrence Brown. Love you. Thanks for joining me tonight. HS Ross, what's up? What's up, HS Ross? Good to see you. $10 Canadian. Thanks so much for advocating for the roosters. Ain't no problem. Roosters are animals too. Religious question. Do you think Jesus was based on one of several real people, one of whom was positive progressive rabbi who was a great lefty for his time? I don't know. I've never seen any solid evidence that Jesus was a historical figure, so I don't hold any belief in it. It's the same reason I don't hold any belief in God. It's possible, but I don't have any belief in it. So I'm leaning towards he was a legend more than anything. But it's possible he was a real person that was just like a cult leader. So open to that possibility if any evidence ever comes out that actually proves that. But so far, I haven't seen it. Thank you, HS Ross. And Mikey Savage, I will read yours when I come back. Let me go ahead and continue on with the show. Nah, what the fuck? Close, motherfucker. I don't want you open anymore. So is the show unlisted for all the rest of you people? Or not listed? What do you mean it's not listed? I see it on my end. Let's see here. Let me go to my channel and see if it's showing up. Go to my channel. Open it up. Let's see if the show is listed. Videos. Yeah, it's listed right here. Live now. I set this on there. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's not listening for you. Like, it doesn't send notifications to people anymore very often. You guys got to make sure you hit the bell, I guess. That'll help some. But YouTube just continuously fucks me over all the time. Forever. Hooray, I guess. So what you going to do, right? So next up, the 30 most absurd things Reddit users have heard from believers. Apparently this is a poll they did where they voted for the most absurd things that religious people have said to them. And I thought I'd read a few of these for you. Number one, snakes represent the devil because they are spineless. Is that true? I don't think so. Aren't snakes all spine? Pretty much they're all spine, right? So dumb. All these fast food places mistreat animals. But I know Chick-fil-A doesn't because they're in the faith. Like, so many problems with this. One, what the fuck are you talking about? Nah, man, they send the chickens to a spa day before they murder them and feed them to you. But, like, religious people have been cruel to animals since the beginning of fucking religion. Have you read the fucking Bible? They used to fucking slaughter animals and then burn their carcasses because God loved the smell of burning animals. Yeah, you know, God just sit up in heaven, sniffing on the smoke from animals that you burn that's wafting up to heaven, because that's the way logic works. If people don't believe in God, they deserve to die from cancer. True story. I hope that's how I go. You listen to music too much. Allah will punish you after you die by pouring lava into your ears. Well, that guy sounds like an asshole. What the fuck, Allah? Don't think I would worship that dude. Every time you watch TV or a TV series, 100 demons enter your body. Oh my God, I must have like billions of demons inside my body already. That explains a lot. God killed Steve Irwin for teaching children about evolution. Fuck you, Steve Irwin. Dare you teach children about evolution. God got to murder you for that. Believe and don't do research. Well, that's the essence of religion right there in the nutshell. If you do research, instead of just having blind faith, you'll definitely not believe anymore. As soon as you question, it's fucking over. Your son is autistic because he wasn't baptized in time. Well, fuck you. What a mean-ass God. If you talk to friends from a different caste, their blood will transfuse into you and kill you. What in the absolute fuck? What is this, from India? They're still using the caste systems and shit? Video games are created by Satan. Yeah, they are. That's why they're so fun. Because my kid's console was destroyed when I poured holy water on it. Proof, folks! Absolute proof. Any one of you can prove this to yourself right now. All you gotta do is take water and say, this is holy water, and pour it in your console, and every time it will destroy it. Jesus, folks. Jesus. I passed bad checks at supermarkets and gotten away with it because angels are protecting me. Yeah. You can lie. It's okay, folks. As long as you got an angel on your side. God took your wife to be with him because as an atheist, you don't deserve to be happy without God in your life. Why'd you fucking take my wife? Why you fucking taking it out on my wife? Why not take it out on me? That don't even make any sense. Don't punish her. When you masturbate, you're having sex with a demon. Yeah, I am. Shit, that explains like why I masturbate all the time. I got these hundreds of thousands of demons in me from all the TV series I watch. I gotta expel my demons. You know I love it. You should adopt children. They won't really be yours in the eyes of God. And then they won't go to heaven. So I guess adopted kids don't go to heaven, apparently. Well, that seems like a raw deal. If you die on the street because EMTs won't treat you because you're transsexual, and that's against their beliefs, well, that's what God wanted. That's right. God wanted you to die on the streets. You know, God didn't make you that way. It wasn't part of his infinitely wise plan. Then he's not infinitely wise and all-powerful if something goes against his plan, right? That's just logic 101. Trump was sent down from heaven to save America. And hasn't he saved America, folks? It's not like there's a pandemic destroying everything. It's not like the economy has collapsed a bit. Not like 30 million people unemployed. No, folks, we're saved. Thank you, Jesus. I would rather leave a child in a room with a pedophile than with an atheist. Well, that's what you do. That's why the priests are raping all your kids, ain't it? They definitely put their kids where their mouth is in this situation. Drug mules are stuffing dead, hollowed out babies full of cocaine. Source. I need a source for this one. To smuggle them across the border because the devil wants America hooked on drugs. I'm on the devil's side. More drugs, please. You know, if the babies were already dead to begin with, might as well put them to good use. Haha, that's mean. I didn't say that. I saw a video of lepers regrowing their limbs through prayer. Well, repost it. Where it at? I would love to see that. Doubt. Press F for doubt. If you don't finish your food, it's going to stand before you on Judgment Day. Looking forward to it. I'm going to pig out on Judgment Day for all the half-eaten food. Masturbation and menstruation are sins. Don't I know it? Because every time someone ejaculates or is on their period, they murder unborn children. And ain't that the fucking truth? I mean, we already know the only reason women have their period is because fucking Eve ate the apple. Goddamn Eve. Shh. Fucking condemn women for fucking ever with menstruation because of your stupidity. This just all makes sense, folks. It all makes sense. Does. You really shouldn't play Uno. That's gambling. True story, folks. Skip you, reverse you, take two, Uno. Gambling like a motherfucker. The female orgasm isn't necessary for reproduction. If God doesn't care about your satisfaction, why should I? I'm with this person. This is what I tell every woman who I have horrible sex with. Huh? Sorry, that's on you. I got mines. Women. When women get breast cancer, it's because they dress immodestly. True story. No one has ever got breast cancer unless they dress like a slut. God puts the cancer there when they allow people to ogle their breast. I know, looking at your breast puts cancer into it. That's just science, folks. Don't argue with science. The peace sign is the sign of the devil because it's a broken cross upside down. I always thought the peace sign, or always heard the peace sign. Actually, my warmongering brother told me the peace sign is just a chicken's foot inside of a circle. You know, because those who want peace are fucking chickens. Fucking cowardly assholes not wanting to murder innocent people. Masturbation is wrong because it makes you happy. Yeah, it is. And only God is supposed to make you happy. Well, then God is masturbation to me, basically, right? God is in my penis and I love to bring him out. Stealing a candy bar and rape are the same thing. Yeah. Both those things are less worse than homosexuality. We all know that, right? Because sin is sin. Both receive the same punishment from God. So, hey, if you're thinking about stealing a candy bar, just rape somebody instead. You could just ask for forgiveness, and it's just like it never happened. Totally not immoral, folks. Christianity's totally not immoral. Don't burn a candle in your home, because Satan tempts the candle makers to put bad stuff in there. And when you burn a candle, it will give you cancer. Couldn't agree more, folks. Candles are effeminate. Burning them makes you gay, which is worse than slavery. So don't do it, folks. Say fuck no to candles. I don't want to take science classes for my bachelor's degree because God made the earth and I don't believe in geology. Well, don't take the science classes. That's the absolute best way to make sure you never stop believing in God, right? As long as you have your faith forever. That's all that matters. So stupid. I don't know how many of these are true, but it's post-law, folks. You know what post-law is? It's where you can't even parody religion anymore because the things they say are as dumb as anything somebody parodying them would say. That's a hard word. So I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going to pretend it is because it's fun. And next up, I covered this story on the last show on Monday. But here's a slight update. Remember the 3 North Carolina police officers who were caught on tape saying things like, I can't wait for the race war to start so we can wipe all the N-words off the planet? Yeah, remember that? And they were talking about how they couldn't stand to see all the white people kneeling for the black folks, and it just made them want to murder everybody. Yeah. Well, they have a good excuse, folks. Apparently, it's because of the Bible. Where is it at? Where is it at? It's in here somewhere. Gonna find it. Where the fuck is it? I know it's a goddamn story. So I read the story. Oh, I got a story. I gotta continue the story. Okay, it's down here. God damn it. Long story. Long story. God damn it. Where the fuck is it? Excellent live programming. Excellent live programming. Okay, here it is. Gilmore, who was heard complaining about white people worshiping blacks, said he would have found a video of black people bowing down to white people just as offensive. Yeah, it wasn't that it was white people bowing to black people, folks. It was just that anybody was bowing down, period. That's true, folks. Isn't it? That sounds legit. He stated that his problem with the video was the fact that the Bible states, thou shalt not bow to any idol, the report said. Gilmore stated that he always treats everyone fairly regardless of their race. Yeah. I wasn't all mad and wanted to kill black people because white people were bowing down to them. I just don't like people bowing, period, anything. Dude, you were caught on video saying you want to wipe out black people, saying you can't wait for the Civil War to start. What the fuck? Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. It's lame. Just own up to it. Like, I wouldn't respect you, but I'd respect you more if you just fucking own up to it. Ridiculous. As I always say, you can insult me. You can say whatever the fuck you want about me. You can call my mama a whore. Say whatever you want to about her. But don't insult my fucking intelligence. That's where I goddamn draw the line. It's hard to believe this is real, folks, but did you know that there was a nuclear war that happened on July 18th or June 18th? What is it, July now? June 18th. And we didn't hear about it because the goddamn fake media didn't cover it. But no, apparently this was an actual thing that happened. This crazy Christian group took out a full-page ad in the Tennessean newspaper where they warned everybody that Muslims were going to set off a nuclear bomb in Tennessee. The subjects all have a relation to the Bible prophecy, and all of them are interconnected. The United States of America is one theme, which particularly the Sixth Kingdom... Let's see, where is it? Let me just read you what they had to say. I'll just click on it and read it to you. We are under... Dear citizens of Nashville, we are under conviction to not only tell you, but to provide evidence that on July 18th... Oh, I guess it's still to come. I guess it's going to come. It hasn't happened yet. Oh my God, folks, it hasn't happened yet. This is really going to happen. 17 days from now, on July 18th, 2020, Islam is going to detonate a nuclear device in Nashville, Tennessee. Our problem with trying to warn you of this event is that it requires information on a handful of subjects that you may or may not have any inclination to consider. Therefore, our intent in this letter is to identify the warning we feel obligation to provide, and then give you a brief explanation of how this warning can be demonstrated to be valid. Hopefully, the overview of these issues will prompt you to go to July 18th News, where the defense of each of these issues is presented fully. The subjects all have a relation to the Bible prophecy, and all of them are interconnected. The United States of America is one theme, which is prophetically the sixth kingdom in the Bible prophecy, yet different from the kingdom of world history. Another subject is the kingdom succeeding the USA, the seventh kingdom of the Bible prophecy, which is the United Nations, as the USA ends its history as the sixth kingdom, and the world transcends into the seventh kingdom of the United Nations. Bible prophecy specifies that Donald Trump is the final president of the USA. President Trump has been typified by many biblical leaders and is marked in God's word. His presidency and his struggle with the Democratic Party is also subject of prophecy and provides the backdrop for another matter that is marked prophetically, that of another civil war in the United States. This reality is fairly easy to recognize. Yeah, can't you see it, folks? It's going to happen any second. As citizens of the USA, the intensity of division that is taking place between liberal and conservative Americans is manifest daily in the news. So, anyway, folks, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but nuclear war! Muslims going to bomb Nashville! And if you had to bomb somewhere, I don't know, maybe Nashville's the best place because country music sucks these days. What's happened to country music? Although I like that little Nas X. Is that country music? I don't know if that's considered country music or not, but he pretty cool. I dig that dude. So apparently the newspaper apologized. They're like, we're doing an investigation to see how we could have possibly fucking printed this. You wanted the money. You took the money and you printed it. Own up to it. Whoever did it definitely needs to be fired, but hard to believe that got into a newspaper, but not that hard to believe because this is America. And Christian apologist calls for genocide. Oh, no. God's calls for genocide were just figures of speech. I thought this was going to be the one where the Christian guy calls for the genocide of Jews. But no, this is another one, folks. Another ridiculous thing this guy's saying. So basically, all the times in the Bible it said over and over again that God told them to go into the next town and murder everybody there. Completely destroy them. The Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivitites, the Jebusites. Told them to murder them all. But this guy's like, no, God didn't really mean that. God didn't mean genocide. He was just talking figuratively. Let's listen.
Another way to respond to this. I think we need to be careful to read the Bible the way it was intended for us to read it. And people have noted, philosophers, thinkers, historians, people who study the Bible and study ancient languages, study the ancient cultures of biblical times, have noticed something that's important when talking about this issue. They've noticed that this expression, to destroy, utterly remove from the land, utterly abolish, these kinds of claims we see in ancient Near Eastern writings are often figures of speech. And we kind of see this in the book of Joshua, right? Where
it doesn't mean what it says, folks. It means what we say it means. Just trust us.
People group is said to be utterly destroyed, yet we find members of that people group later in biblical history. Well, wait a minute. If you utterly destroyed them, how is it we find them later on in history?
Because the people that wrote the Bible were full of shit. It still calls for utterly destroying them, even if they didn't actually fucking do it.
Still present if they had been utterly destroyed. Well, it's kind of the same way if I said, like, last night the Lakers killed the Pistons. Well, you mean they actually murdered all the Pistons players? No, I mean they destroyed them. They killed them. What do you mean when you say that? Well,
that's the same thing, folks. Yeah, we went to the next town and we murdered almost everybody, but not quite everybody. But hey, that's just the same as us saying the Lakers killed the Pistons, right? It's fine, folks. No one died, did they? Yeah, you murdered a bunch of folks. A bunch of folks are murdered because of the Bible. It's not like the Lakers killing the Pistons because people actually were killed. Who gives a shit if not every single one of them was murdered? The Bible called for genocide repeatedly. You can't talk your way out of this fuckstick. We have the ability to read. It's always amazing the Bible doesn't actually mean what it says, though. The all-powerful God couldn't bring us his message the way he meant it. No, he needs shitheads like this to interpret it for us, to explain to us what it means. Now, I can read. It means what it says, dude. I don't need your mental gymnastics. It's not actually an Olympic sport, dude. Work it out. And Michelle Bachman, still crazy after all these years. Here she is talking about how COVID-19 is punishment because we are being too tough on Israel. Yeah, United States. Historically known to be incredibly tough on Israel. What the fuck? The fuck? We give them billions of dollars every year like we suck Israel's dick every goddamn chance we could possibly get. But no, we're not nice enough to them. And so because America is not nice enough to Israel, God has sent this pandemic to the entire world to kill everybody because that makes sense, I guess.
Now on January 28th, 2020, a plan was revealed that envisioned a dividing of the covenant land and a division of Jerusalem. Since that time, we have seen nothing but distress. The Bible speaks of that in Zechariah. Anyone who burdens themselves with a division of Jerusalem will be cut themselves upon a rock. Nations will be destroyed, Isaiah 60 says, if they do not follow the word of God. Messiah will judge nations, Psalms 2:12 says. It's very clear That's why this warning was given to various high officials prior to the release of this plan. Now warnings are given again that perhaps this distress could be removed from our nation if we would withdraw the maps in this plan that envisions the division of the biblical land and the division of Jerusalem. Could it be that in part the reason why we have seen this unparalleled historic distress from going again 100 years later, paralleling what happened to the British Empire, exact replica parallel of us, the greatest nation the world has ever seen, more powerful, more prosperous, we too are being pulled down as we got behind a plan that envisioned this division. This is very important now that we reaffirm what is still international law, the San Remo Agreement, that Israel has full sovereignty over her land, including Judea and Samaria, and that Jerusalem is an eternal, undivided city and must never be divided. I would call upon the White House to withdraw that plan. And it just may be that the Lord in his grace and mercy may likely lift the distress upon our land, even in our time, and resume his hand of favor, which was so clear and evident until January 28th of 2020. And that is my request. That is my prayer. I love our president. I pray for him daily. I just ask the question, in light of Scripture, in light of the day that we live in, could it be that this distress could have in part been caused by this? And could it be that this distress would be relieved if action would be taken to come into conformity with the clear word of God?
No,
now
it could not be. It has nothing to fucking do with that whatsoever. God, it's so crazy that the thing she's even talking about is completely slanted towards Israel to begin with. Basically gives them everything they want anyway. Just this brainwash, this evangelical brainwashing where Israel are God's chosen people and they could do no wrong and we have to give them billions of dollars and protect them no matter what. We have to get over this in this country. I was raised to be brainwashed to believe this. I was raised to believe I should put Israel's interest above my own. And look, this is not any kind of anti-Semitic rant against Jews, because it was not Jews who taught me this, folks. There was not a single Jew in my entire life that ever taught me this. It was white evangelicals who taught me this. And this is what they still believe today in Mississippi. They're God's chosen people. We have to do whatever they say, no matter what it is. And these are the same people that'll tell you they're America first, but they're fucking not, folks. They're absolutely not. They've been brainwashed by this specific form of evangelical Christianity. And it's just nuts. But yeah, God's going to punish the entire fucking world because we weren't, I want to say we weren't nice to Israel, but we were. We gave them everything we wanted. So he's going to punish the entire world because we didn't just give Israel carte blanche to do whatever they want. But we actually did. So it doesn't make any sense. She dumb. Typical Christian bullshit. Hard to believe she's still out there spreading her craziness, but not that hard because, you know, it's America, right? And, folks, did you know that Kenneth Copeland is immune? He's fucking immune to COVID-19. Don't believe him? Just ask him.
I'm talking now to Holy Spirit born again, Holy Spirit baptized, Holy Spirit speaking in other tongue, healing, believing Christians that don't watch anything but COVID-19 on the television. Your faith is idle and dumb. Your angel has nothing to do because all you're listening to is the news broadcast, and you're exalting this creep.
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
That you have authority over.
Yes.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh, yes, but Brother Copeland, what happens if I get it? Well, get healed, dear God.
Come on. Come on. Come on. That's right.
And you'll get it.
Sure.
Yeah, you'll get it. You'll draw it into your home. God will see, the devil will see to it that you get in contact with someone that has it.
Come on. Come on.
But when you stand in faith and say, no, I don't mind telling you, I will never have COVID-19. I will never have any other kind of sickness and disease, because thank God forevermore, he bore my sins in his own body on the tree, and he said, be dead to sin and live unto righteousness, by whose stripes I was healed. Glory to God. I'm not healed now. I was healed then.
Yeah.
Come on.
And
Wow.
grace is giving it to me now. I'm not the sick trying to get healed. I'm the healed and the devil's trying to give me the flu. Well, I don't take it.
Yes.
Come on.
Amen. Amen.
I have my shield up,
Come
thank you
on.
very much.
You are right.
Glory to God.
Come on.
You couldn't give me that flu if you tried.
Challenge accepted! Everybody should start coughing on Kenneth Copeland. Dude's not actually living his faith out very well because he's in an empty studio with a few people, but he's not having open church services. So, but this is typical Christian bullshit. Blame the victim. If you get it, it's because you didn't have enough faith. It's your fault. You should have more faith. God damn it, these fucking people. Worth like $300 million, this guy. Like, if that doesn't make you depressed, fucking nothing will. Fuck this goddamn planet. Fuck everything about it. Depressing! Alright, let me stop and take a little look at the chats, I guess. Been a few minutes since I hit the chats. I guess I'm going to do a longer show tonight than I intended. I intended to only do an hour, but I'm clearly going to do more than an hour. Scroll down. Glory to Lennon! Hell yeah. Yes, no sin, God, no COVID, no devil. Give me money, please. He needs a 4th or 5th jet. Pay the man. I would rather have a mass than the Bible. True that. I'd rather have anything than the Bible. COVID inbound. Kenneth. Yeah, somebody definitely need to get that dude sick. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Fuck Copeland. Absolutely. Someone need to punch his face. Cough in it. Tax the churches. Hell yeah, let's tax the churches and then use that to pay for universal health care. Works for me. Look up War Elephant Quora. I'm scared to do that because that seems like that's porn. That seems like that's low-key porn. You're going to have me look at my fucking thing and get my whole channel banned. I don't trust you. I love watching Dustin trolling Copeland in person. I'd love to do that too. He'll never get anywhere near me, but that would be fun. All right, let me see if there's any new super chats. Mikey Savage, $4.99. My cousin likes to say, all Roman scholars agree Jesus existed. To which I respond, that's like if me and 8 friends agree that trolls exist. Yeah, it's like every single scholar who is a Muslim agrees that Muhammad actually was visited by an angel in a cave. It's historical truth, according to every Muslim scholar who's a Muslim. So yeah, the vast majority of the historians have been Christians, so yeah, they almost universally agree that Christ actually existed. No fucking shit, dude. But if you look at the evidence, that's not so great. The evidence doesn't really exist, and that's all I really give a shit about. And even if they did all agree, that doesn't matter. That's an argument from authority. It doesn't matter what they say. It matters what the evidence is. So, thank you for that. Fickle Epicure. Their goal was never to win a debate. It was to legitimize their ideas. Platform them was a net negative. Yeah, I mean, you look at it. Their numbers went up. They made money off of it. They'll be more popular from it. So will Destiny and Vosh, of course. But it's like people got mad at Peter Coffin for agreeing to go to that MythCon, which is a right-wing event they put on, and debate Milo Yiannopoulos. What's the difference, really? I mean, when you are on the same platform as these Nazis and stuff, you help give them attention, help give their ideas attention, and the people that are listening to them still think that they won, so what's the point? Yeah, it helps make you more popular, but it helps make them more popular too, so you're helping them. So it's just not my thing, but like, a lot of people disagree with me on that. A lot of people think it's entertaining, and they think you should debate these people and everything, so I guess it's a difference of opinion. But I didn't care for it. But if people were entertained by it, I guess it's all good. Lane Diggity, what up, Dusty? What up, Lane Diggity? I can't stay. I'm at work, but we'll catch the rerun on the other channel. I appreciate it. You're the man. Have a good night at work. Victoria Cunningham, $5. I'm almost broke, but I want to buy your love. Say my name. Sexy and talk dirty to me. Oh my God, Victoria Cunningham. You are just the sexiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit. When I see your name come up there, I'm like, There's Victoria again. Gonna slide off my chair. Thank you, Victoria. Appreciate it. Eric Price, $5. Boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka, boom. What up, Dusty? Everything is up. You rock, man. Appreciate that, Eric Price. HS Ross, $10. Running an apartheid state and oppressing the Palestinians isn't actually in Israel's interest either. It's not in the interest of the people of Israel, that's for sure. Might be in the interest of the government, who wants to keep the people pitted against each other so they can justify their draconian policies and their need for billions and billions of cash. And most U.S. Jewish people are progressives who oppose the right-wing government Israel's policies. Agreed. I never met any Jewish person that I thought was a problem. I had any problem with, so. Always been cool with the Jews. Mikey Savage, $4.99. For those of us who read the Bible, death by God is the leading cause of death for God's chosen people. I'd rather eat raw eggs than be a Christian. I know, right? The last thing you want to be is one of God's chosen people. He will fuck with you and torture you. He'll torture you just to have a bet with the Satan. Just to prove a point to Satan. He'll murder everybody you ever knew and torture you your whole life. That's what the Christian God is like. Fuck that, dude. Pass. Hard pass on all that bullshit. Shut up, Michelle. I'm reminded of sitting in a Kingdom Hall. Shit smell like formaldehyde. It's so sterile. More demons for Dusty. Yep. I got so many demons all inside of my soul. Liz Phillip. Dusty, what's up? Live long and prosper logic. Will do. I fucking love your theme song. It is a good theme song. I agree with you there. All right, let's continue on with the show. Next up. Listen to this motherfucker. He about to stand up in church and name all the people who didn't show up. The people that were so worried about their family and the COVID-19 virus that they were smart to stay the fuck home. But this guy ain't having it. He gonna name and shame these people straight in church. Don't go back, motherfuckers. You see what kind of motherfucker is leading your church.
Now I'm very happy that each one of y'all are here this morning, but here's where I'm not happy this morning.
Here's one thing I want to point out too while you're watching this video. Every time he demands they say amen and agree with him. It's a cult, folks. It's a cult. I'm telling you the hard truth, but you better say amen and agree with me. And of course the sheep fucking do it over and over again. Watch him.
I want you to look around. Look around this morning. We have Sister Dana and Sister Tanya. They're going on vacation. Sam and Bethany and their family is not here. Michael and Destiny and their family is not here. Sister Marlene is not here. Pete and Jean is not here this morning. Miss Barbara's not here. Sister Dolores is not here. Kevin Keenan and his family is not here. Sister Karen, Hannah, and some of the children is not here. Brian and Shannon is not here this morning. Sister Tyler and her children is not here. Robert and Kaylee Morgan and River is not here. Jody, Heather, and Eli is not here. Jeremiah, Kirsten, and their family is not here.
Good. They're smart. They should be there. Nobody should be there. You shouldn't be there.
Ooh, it got quiet. I'm talking about saints of God from Sugartown, United Pentecostal Church. I'm your pastor. So let me address you this morning. You must be faithful to the house of God. Everybody said amen.
Amen.
I did. That wasn't you didn't get the vote in that. That was just simply a statement. And that's what I was expecting, amen. This is not a one-service church. It means that you take a service on Sunday morning. We established this quite some time ago. When we have service and the doors are open, we need to be in church. Everybody said amen. Amen. We have Sunday school at 9:45. You don't choose whether you come to Sunday school on Sunday morning. If the doors are open, you need to be in Sunday school. Everybody said amen.
Amen.
And the ones that's on Facebook, everybody say amen out there. Good, I heard you. Thank you. I'll see you next Sunday. Yeah. You need church.
Yes.
No. Wrong.
You need church.
No.
Why do I get up here sometimes, fuss, complain, right? I'm trying to get you to heaven.
Come on.
Hallelujah.
Fuck you. Why would I need your help? Look at this chubby bitch, man. Imagine people thinking this guy should have some authority over their life. He just wants you to come to church and risking your family sick because he wants you to pay the tithes. It's all about fucking money. He's worried about his goddamn bank account. It's just amazing that people could follow guys like this and look at them as leaders of authority. I mean, look at this dude. So fucking annoying. This guy makes more money than you. America! Gotta love it. And this guy says, don't take vaccination, folks, because it circumvents God's creation. That's right, God created those, what is it, viruses. Who is it? Who are you to kill God's viruses in your body? Fuck you! If you get cancer, don't fucking get chemotherapy. Who are you to kill God's cancer? It's against his fucking creation. Let's have a listen.
I'm an anti-vaxxer. I fall into the category of being anti-vax. And do you know why? Because the Bible is anti-vax. I'm going to demonstrate to you from Scripture that it is ungodly, it is unclean, it is unchristian, and it is anti-Bible to vaccinate. I'm going to show you that the Bible gives you specific commands of things to stay away from, things to not do, things to avoid, and they're all contained therein in modern day vaccinations. You cannot be pro-life and pro-vaccine. You cannot be. Why? Because vaccines include dead, aborted fetal cells. You know.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess sort of. Like decades ago, they did use some sequencing of DNA from aborted cells, but now they don't use them anymore. They just copy them with genetic copying methods. So, not true, but keep going.
You know what your goal should be in life? Not to get sick. I mean, that's pretty profound, isn't it?
So profound,
to
folks.
Stay away from viruses, to stay away from diseases.
You know what your goal should be in life? To keep bad things from happening to you. You know, just do it, folks. Just don't let anything bad happen to you. Don't die. That's your goal, folks. So profound.
Stay away from sicknesses. The goal in life should be not to get sick. But guess what? Because God is an almighty, all-knowing creator, he knows that we will get sick. Because he created the world, right, to work a certain way.
Because he created things to make you sick. So if his goal was for you not to get sick, then why did he create all the things that make you sick? Doesn't really make any sense, but keep going.
So he gave us a defense mechanism just in case we do get sick.
Yes, it's called scientists who make vaccines to protect us. That's our defense mechanism.
And that is the purpose of your immune system. Just in case you do get sick, you have the immune system. What the doctors are trying to do is they're trying to circumvent that. They're like, hey, let's just skip that whole step and let's just, you come in, I know you're whole and you don't, you know, Jesus said you don't need a physician, but let's go ahead and take that disease that you're supposed to stay away from, you're supposed to not even get near, and let's go ahead and shoot that into your arm and into your body and let's just try to build up. They're like Frankenstein. Well, they're trying to circumvent God's creation. They're trying to manipulate God's creation and God's system when God says, stay away from it. Well, this is why they use babies' aborted cells and then green African monkeys.
Yeah, the green African monkey's got to worry about that shit. Guarantee 100% this guy's going to run to the hospital first sniffle he fucking gets. He don't give a shit about God's design, but gonna get all his parishioners killed. These motherfuckers are going to get us all killed, folks. Going to show you, there's been outbreaks from churches all over the country recently. Getting serious as shit. But, shocker, folks, the guy who pushed for the reopening of the country now has COVID-19. Pause on this site. Reopen founder who refused to wear a mask gets COVID-19. But don't worry, folks, it's not his fault. It's the devil. 3 facts about Tim Walters. He fought to reopen Maryland at the peak of the pandemic. He refused to wear a mask. He just tested positive for COVID-19. I was diagnosed yesterday at the ER with COVID-19, and here I am, months after not wearing masks at rallies, church, and so on. And so it's funny how capricious this thing is, said the 53-year-old co-founder of Reopen Maryland in a video released Friday. Newsweek reports. The two-time Republican candidate for Maryland State House, he lost both, says he came down with a dry cough in March, lost focus in one eye, developed headaches, and got a fever. Yet he refuses to help contact tracers by offering personal information that might help them harness the virus. I will not share anybody's information with the government. Yeah, I'm just going to let you guys get sick. I'm just going to let them spread the virus all over the place. Who gives a shit? I don't care about you guys' life. He tells Capital Gazette, I will not do it. What's more, Walter says he has not changed one iota. Please kill him. Please, God, let the virus kill him. Regarding his disdain for masks, though he's mostly stayed home this week. As for who to blame, it's not him. Of course it's not him. It's not his fault, folks. It's not because he's a fucking moron. No one ever got sick at any of our rallies. Bullshit, they didn't. Lies. To include me. How do you know you didn't get sick at their fucking rally? Start a church, I get sick, he says. I got it because Satan deemed to get it. Because he wanted to quiet my work to slow down the building of the church. That's what this is about, but the world don't see it. Why? Because they live behind a veil. They choose to hate God. Yeah, motherfucker, maybe you are worshiping the wrong God then. If you built the church and he allowed you to get COVID-19 and he's supposedly all-powerful, maybe you're worshiping the wrong one. Just saying. I want to hedge your bets and start worshiping a few other ones. It doesn't seem like he has your back very much. So anyway, thoughts and prayers, motherfucker. He gonna kill our grandmas. And here's what I was talking about earlier. Brazilian pastor prays for another Holocaust to destroy Jews like vermin. Was it Pastor Tuparani da Hora Lori says, massacre the Jews. God, hit them with your sword, for they have left God. They have left the nations. They contrived, went with the prostitutes, and when they were told to repent, they said they do it, but they lied. God, what have you done in World War II? You must do again. This is what we ask for in our prayers to you. Justice, justice, justice. I'm starting to think this guy might be slightly anti-Semitic. I don't know. A little bit, just a little bit. Not really sure, don't quote me on that, but maybe. Showing people the love of Christ. This is what religion is all about, folks. Evil, you're all fucking evil. And don't worry, folks. The GOP convention going to be perfectly fine because Kat Kerr sent 100 million angels to protect the GOP convention.
We're going to train you during the Republican National Convention how to command strategically the army assigned to you, when to send them, and what to declare for them to do during this convention. There'll be no violence involved.
That's right, folks. Every single one of you has an army of angels that are at your beck and call, and she's going to teach you how to use them, folks. It's modern warfare. So, let's listen.
We don't want any violence, any interference, not in any area of society or in the natural whatsoever, that will hold up, delay, or interfere with or cause any kind of violence during the Republican National Convention. I have already assigned 100 million angels to start. They've been posted in certain areas in our city and around our city.
100 million angels? Well, what the fuck do I have to send my angels for then? Aren't 100 million angels enough to keep the whole place safe? You would think 1 million angels would be enough. You would think one angel would be enough. They're supernatural, right? And how small are these angels? 100 million angels? That's like 5,000 angels per person who is going to attend the GOP convention. How many angels you need, motherfucker? I definitely ain't sending mine. I'm going to send mine somewhere else. Hell no. I'm going to send mine to help me masturbate and get all the demons out of myself. So, good luck. Good luck to all the 100 million angels at the GOP convention. Thoughts and prayers. And this dude, I feel sorry for this guy a little bit. He's an idiot. Don't get me wrong. But it seems like he was trying to do something good. He was trying to admit white privilege existed. And he went about trying to explain it in the worst goddamn way possible.
But I want to flip that upside down, because I think the other side of it is true with our nation's history. We understand the curse that was slavery, white people do, and we say that was bad, but we miss the blessing of slavery, that it actually built up the framework for the world that white people live in and lived in. And so a lot of people call this white privilege, and when you say those two words, it just is like a fuse goes off for a lot of white people because they don't want somebody telling them to check their privilege. And so I know that you and I both have struggled in these days with, hey, if the phrase is the trip up, let's get over the phrase and let's get down to the heart.
Sure.
Let's get down to what then do you want to call it? And I think maybe a great thing for me is to call it white blessing. That I'm living in the blessing of the curse that happened generationally that allowed me to grow up in Atlanta.
Yeah, you know, slavery, the white blessing. Wasn't slavery a blessing for white folks? I guess. But oh my God, dude, so cringe. What the fuck? So, shocker, he apologized. Yeah, he definitely apologized. He's like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. And you are really fucking stupid.
I just wanted to come directly to you today and sincerely apologize for the use of the phrase on Sunday, white blessing. And I extend that apology today to every single person who is listening to me right now. But most importantly, I extend that apology to my black brothers and sisters. I, like so many, am so burdened about what is happening in our nation right now. And I'm heartbroken about where we are as a nation. And one of the things that I'm most heartbroken about is trying to help myself continue to learn and to help my white brothers and sisters understand that white privilege is real. And in trying to get that sentiment across on Sunday, I used the phrase white blessing, for which I'm deeply sorry. Horrible choice of words. Does not reflect my heart at all. I don't, to be clear, believe there's any blessing in slavery. To the contrary, what I'm trying to understand and help people see is that my white brothers and sisters, we sit in large part where we are today because of the centuries of gross injustice done to our black brothers and sisters. So this is my heart. This is what I want to more fully understand, because I believe this will help us stay engaged in this conversation so that we can all move forward together. So thank you for just letting me open my heart to you today. Thank you for letting me apologize directly to you today. And I ask that you would pray for me and possibly even join me as I just desire to continue to learn, to understand, to stay engaged, and to be a part of all of us moving forward together to the place that God wants us to be.
All right, well, that was a pretty good apology, I thought. Like, I see where he was going with it. He just stuck his foot in his mouth, said something stupid, but he seems pretty sincere, you know, so I'm going to give this guy a pass. I mean, easy for me. I can't really give this guy a pass with my privileged white ass, but you know what I'm saying. Seems like his heart's in the right place. Definitely better than a lot of the Christians, the vast majority of the Christians I highlight on the show. So what you gonna do? And talked about this in my last show a little bit, but yeah, out of the frying pan into the fire. So yay, Mississippi finally taking the Confederate symbol off the flag. Great, right? Nope. They're putting "In God We Trust" on it. So they're taking one racist thing off and then putting religious stuff on it. Because, you know, fuck atheists. Fuck every other religion. Who gives a shit? And you wonder, like, how can they get away with this? How is this not a violation of the separation of church and state? Well, the reason is because the Supreme Court ruled that "In God We Trust" is the national motto. And therefore, wherever it's used in the public sector is not considered a violation of separation of church and state. Which is bullshit! But, you know, let's give Trump another 4 years. Let him put more justices on the court. So it can never change. It'll be like this for fucking ever. Disgusting, Mississippi. Of course you couldn't do the right thing. Of course you couldn't fucking do it. But here's some good news. I mean, sort of good news. The Catholic Church spent almost $300 million on child sex abuse cases in 2019 alone. So bankrupt these motherfuckers. Hopefully they'll be bankrupt. If you're a part of the Catholic Church, you are literally working at your job, exchanging your very finite, very precious life hours for money, and you're giving it to child rapists so they can cover up child rape, which sort of makes you an accomplice to child rape, you pieces of shit, so maybe don't do that. That's what I say. And, conservatives mad. They mad that we're tearing down monuments to slavers and Confederate soldiers and shit. So they're like, we need to go tear down all the atheist monuments, all the Satanist monuments. If the standard in this country for deciding on the fates of statues, memorials, and monuments has become one of offense, meaning if the structure offends, it must go, then Christians certainly have cause to go after all things satanic temple. It's only fair. I mean, there are no satanic temple monuments on any public grounds. There was one temporarily for like a day, just to make a point, but it's not there anymore. So yeah, if you find any satanic monuments on public grounds, feel free to rip them down. I don't give a shit about the goddamn statues, but you guys are just playing the victims. It doesn't exist. Like, you can have your statues on your private property all the fuck you want to, just like the satanic temple can't, but so. Anyway, silly, and hard to believe this is real, folks. Apparently they had this new documentary coming out from a Christian nationalist, and here's the trailer for it. They sure do love them some Trump, don't they?
The New World Order is the dream of globalists.
A globalist government is not a good thing.
It's a setup in many ways for the final hours of human history.
The end-time world government will be socialistic.
What you have in socialism is the government in control.
This is not freedom at all.
The U.S. should never cede its sovereignty.
The Paris Climate Agreement was all about world control.
So he simply pulled us out of that.
He is hated for it.
I have never seen anything to compare.
Raw hatred.
The fierce opposition to President Trump
is coming from those who are opposed to his values.
He's hated because he is a disruptive force politically.
He's trying to bring America back to its roots.
Trump
slavery.
stopped the enemy of America in their track.
The interesting thing, he's done exactly what he said he would do.
Promises made, promises kept.
We didn't know if he was really pro-life. We didn't know if he'd keep his promises.
And he will. He has. He does.
You can just kill a child for any reason.
Trump actually moved the embassy to Jerusalem.
He said he was going to do it, and that's exactly what he did.
It's like when Reagan said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
We have a problem on our southern border.
It's so important to secure the border.
So funny. It's like when Reagan said, Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Yes, us building a wall is exactly the same as tearing down a wall, folks. Christian logic.
People coming here legally, not illegally.
Now that he's restoring America, you see the encouragement and safety and comfort.
We've got our leader and the only leader that can get this done.
President Trump is a force of nature.
Now, to be fair,
I understand where a person may be offended.
I go, oh my, this is going to be a problem today.
First of all, we're all flawed.
We're supposed to look beyond their fault, see the need.
The Messiah will not arrive on Air Force One.
He knows what he wants to do and he does it.
Donald Trump's a winner.
He wants America wealthy again. He wants America proud again.
He's going to lead us back into a place of prosperity.
If we win in 2020, then a new generation can see what prosperity is all about.
Time to get involved.
We have to be participants.
Voting is a tremendous responsibility.
It's not just about personality. It's about principles. Vote for someone who honors the unborn child.
He works 21 hours out of a 24-hour day, and he works for you.
Our president puts America first.
He is worthy of our vote, and he is definitely going to get mine.
Pettiness 2020, folks. We got to make these people cry. We got to make sure Trump loses in a landslide to send a message to these fucks. Man, when these people are on your side, it just shows how evil you are, and it's no wonder that religion is taking a nosedive as people flood out of it in droves to get away from you motherfuckers. You've chosen one of the most immoral people, just this ridiculous oaf who can't even put a sentence together, and you're pretending like he's some kind of genius god man. It's so pathetic and sad. You're going to lose the kids forever, and I love it. Send them over to me. I'll help reprogram them. And here's Trump saying, oh my God, if Joe Biden becomes president, they're going to wipe religion out. They've always done this, folks. Fear-mongering, scare you with lies. Such like Joe Biden is like hardcore Catholic. He has a whole section on his policies about Catholicism, dude. What the fuck?
What do you think of what happened with Neil Gorsuch in the 6-3 decision with the LGBT civil rights? That was a shock to a lot of folks.
I was surprised. Some people felt that it was a decision that they weren't as surprised.
he has no idea what the guy's talking about. Let's just put this straight right now. Let's just be honest. You can tell when Donald Trump has no idea what he's talking about. Like, he just starts jabbering, but not being specific about anything. Watch him.
Of what happened with Neil Gorsuch in the 6-3 decision with the LGBT civil rights, that was a shock to a lot of folks.
I was surprised. Some people felt that it was a decision that they weren't as surprised as I was. Yeah, I was surprised.
Mm-hmm. And John Roberts, what do you make? I mean, is he the new Anthony Kennedy or potentially worse?
Well, so far we're not doing too well. It says, look, we've had a lot of losses with a court that was supposed to be in our favor. This is just to show what it means. We need, you'll probably have a couple of more judges in the next 4 years. It could even be more than that. It could be 3 or 4. If you have a radical left group of judges, religion, I think, will be almost wiped out in America. If you look at it, pro-life will be absolutely wiped out.
Good.
So if you have that happening, pro-life is going to be out. It's going to be gone.
Good. It should be gone, folks. If you need any more reason to support Biden over Trump, he's telling you right there, folks. He's trying to get rid of a woman's right to choose. Do we want that to happen, folks? Do we want it to happen, or do we want to say fuck these people as hard as they possibly could be fucked? I don't know. It's up to you. And this is what it's all about, folks. I did a video on this probably 4 years ago. This is what they've been planning the whole time. The Supreme Court's awful ruling allows for public funding of religious schools. This is exactly what they put Betsy DeVos in place to do. They want to make it to where you have school choice. So where you can decide any school your children can go to, and the government's going to pay for it. And they want to do this because they know all the Christians are going to send their kids to Christian schools, and they want to make the largest transfer of wealth from the government to Christianity in the history of this nation. Completely against the Constitution, but they're doing it, folks. In a 5-4 decision this morning, written by Chief Justice John Roberts in a case called Espinoza versus Montana Department of Revenue, the Supreme Court ruled that taxpayer funding could subsidize private religious education. In fact, if states offer funding for private schools at all, they may have to extend that offer to private religious schools too. It could depend on the kind of funding program that the state offers. That's what it's all about, folks. That's what school choice is all about, folks. It's a way to backdoor direct money to religious organizations from taxpayers. They want to subsidize religion with more tax money. They're already doing it. The fact that churches are tax exempt to begin with is a subsidization of religion through tax dollars. But they're going to do it even more, folks. This is why they put Trump in place. This is why they support him so much. Yours and my tax dollars are going to go directly into the pockets of these fucks in order to spread this Bronze Age bullshit. So, got to get him out of there, folks. Got to get Trump out of there. Stat. And let me check the chats real quick, and then we'll finish up the show. Just tack them. Yeah, but Trump's not going to do that. And neither is Biden either, to be honest with you. So, we have to progress to a candidate that will actually do it. Trump's wackos. Yep, they're fucking totally goddamn nuts, all of them. The New World Order. Ministry were prophets. Yeah, they listen to a lot of Alex Jones, I'm sure. I saw Ministry in concert one time at Lollapalooza. They opened for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It was terrifying. It was back when I was a Christian, and they came out and they had like these goats' heads on their microphones, and they had all these satanic-looking videos playing behind them. They screamed into the microphone. It freaked me the fuck out. My little goody two-shoes Christian ass. The only reason my privileged grandmother is voting for Trump is because she's super pro-life Catholic. Well, that's sad. A lot of old people are voting. Young people don't vote. It's sad. I wish they did. Bernie Sanders would have got the nomination if young people actually would have got out there and vote. Trump suffers from Trump derangement syndrome. He sure thinks he's the victim a lot. No one has ever been victimized more than Trump. Excuse me, time to puke. All right, let's see what the super chats have to say, if anything. I already read that. HS Ross, I get the impression that the U.S. has always had about 30 to 40% of people who believe in sane right-wing conspiracy theories and right-wing religious bullshit and are too far gone to reason with. Yeah, these people vote. They're the ones that vote the most. And, of course, this coupled with the system where the guy that gets the least amount of votes can still win is just a recipe for disaster. God damn it, it's no wonder we're in such trouble in this country. And All right, last chance to get in your super chats. I'm going to do a couple stories to finish the show off. Shut up, Michelle. Yep. Yo, greetings, Jesse from Down Under. What's up, future person? You fucking weird-ass future people. What's happening tomorrow? Don't tell me I want to be surprised. So anyway, next up. This is what I was talking about earlier, folks, how these openings of these churches are going to get us all killed. A new dilemma for Trump's team, preventing super spreader churches. All they're going to do, though, is they're going to blame it on the protest. They're going to it wasn't the churches opening, folks. It's all these protests. But nope, they're directly tracing these outbreaks back to the churches. 1 month after President Donald Trump's ordered the nation's governors to immediately reopen churches, his administration is facing a difficult dilemma. Clusters of COVID-19 cases are surfacing in counties across the U.S. where in-person religious services have resumed, triggering questions about whether his administration should reassess its campaign to treat houses of worship the same as other essential businesses. Of course they should. They're not essential businesses at all. They're just incubators for this fucking virus. Or leave them alone and risk additional transmission of the deadly coronavirus, including the communities that are largely supportive of the president. An outbreak at a Pentecostal church in Oregon, where hundreds of worshipers resumed gathering over Memorial Day weekend, forced an entire county to return to phase 1 of its reopening after local officials traced 258 cases of COVID-19 back to the facility. In West Virginia, 6 health departments across the state have reported coronavirus outbreaks linked to churches. One of them, a Baptist church in Greenbrier County, has 34 congregants test positive for the virus. And in Texas, which hit an all-time high of new cases last week, health officials have received numerous reports of church-related exposure, but they don't give a shit, folks. Donald Trump is just doing this as a show, you know. I'm God's chosen candidate. You guys are essential services. Vote for me. It's all it's about. He don't give a shit if people die. And like I said, they're just going to blame it on the Black Lives Matter protest and sweep it under the rug. Mark my words, but yep. Gonna get our grandmas killed. And I guess I'm going to skip that story because that story's boring. Let's finish though with this one. Oh no, another classic piece of art has been destroyed. So you guys remember this one? The Jesus debacle where this lady was trying to, I guess, renovate this old historic painting of Jesus. And this is what she came up with. It's an improvement in my opinion. Just me, but I think this is better. Definitely more meme-worthy. What's happened again, folks? Well, it happened, not just this. It happened here. But now it's happening again. Apparently they have a Virgin Mary. And they were going to restore it. And this is what it turned out to be like. Holy shit. Why aren't you hiring experts to do this? Don't just let anybody off the street do it. Good goddamn, y'all. And here's the thing, man. Mary was young as shit, right? She was about like 13 or 14. Doesn't that make God a pedophile? I'm just saying, if you impregnate a 13 or 14-year-old, pedophile, right? Pretty obvious. I don't know how you argue with that, but par for the course when you're dealing with Christianity, pedophile gods and whatnot. And I don't think this guy or these people should be referred to as restorers, Professor Fernando Correa told The Guardian. Let's be honest. They're bodgers who botch things up. They destroy things, yep. Whoever hired them should be fired. But pay an expert. You get what you pay for. You probably cheaped out, and that's what happened to you. So anyway, that's all the religious stories I'm going to cover today. We did a good 90 minutes. Those paintings are awful. Amazing. They fixed them. Don't lie. Way better. Way more memeable. And that's all that really matters in 2020. God, Muhammad, all pedophiles. Yeah, it's weird how that happens, isn't it? All that Bronze Age nonsense always leads back to pedophilia. Free Palestine. Yep, free Palestine. Absolutely. Cult of Dusty. Search War Elephant Encore. It's cringy conservative blog. Okay, I'll search for that later. I'm not going to do it right now. I want to do it off camera. Yikes, that's disastrous. Yep, it is disastrous. They did not do a good job. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. Victoria Cunningham. Oh my God, Dusty saw Ministry in concert. I have even more respect for you now. Trans rights. Trans rights. Yeah. Pearl Jam was there. Like I said, the Red Hot Chili Peppers were there. Who else was there? Shit. It was a whole fucking bunch of people. It was an all-day concert, and it was like 120-degree weather in New Orleans. It was so fucking hot. But, yeah, it was fun. Back in my youth. My ute. That's my pillow guy. Yep. That's a Paul Bearer. Oh, Undertaker, you better buy my pillows. Dusty is a gangster. Hell yeah, you know it. Gonna pour one out later for my homies that aren't around anymore. Alright, I think that's all. I think I got all the super chats. Take my last demons. I mean money. Yes, money. I will do that, Mike Savage. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. And got all the rest of it. Alright, folks. That's my Religious Bullshit Wednesday show. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. As always, consider supporting the show on Patreon. Patreon.com/Cudcast. We're at 1526. And as always, there's links in the description of this video where you can support the show directly through tips and whatnot. Help the kitties out. Help the doggies out. We sure do appreciate it. I'll be back on Friday, folks. It's only like a day and a half away. It'll be here for you fucking know it with another political version of my Progressive Talk Live. We're going to show some Miss Katana. Here's Miss Katana. She's doing better. She's still thin, but she's better than she was. She's not quite as bony. We putting a little meat back on her bones, and she just my chill stoner kitty. Stoner kitty Katana loves her daddy. Mwah. Thank you for my star, Katana. All right, folks, I will see you on Friday. Got another great show planned for you guys. So tell your friends. Be sure to like the video. Be sure to hit that bell. Be sure to subscribe. If you're in another podcast in the chat, be sure to mention how great this show is. Why not? It all helps out. I appreciate the support, guys. Love you so much. Read the chat, Dusty. See you Friday. I will read the chat. I will go back after the show's over and I'll read all the chat. So if you guys have something to say to me, I will read it. And I will take your criticism to heart. Love you guys. See you soon. Fuck God. Black Lives Matter. Trans rights. All the good stuff. And as always, logic. Fuck yes. Good night, everybody. This is the greatest show. Come on, load up. It's everything you ever want, motherfuckers. It's everything you ever need. This is the greatest show. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's here right in front of you. This is where you wanna be. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's here right in front of you. This is where you wanna be. This is where you wanna be. Thank you for that $5, Jenny Rude. Love you. Have a good week.